And so one of the reasons I got into crypto was I think this is the most progressive industry. It's like progressive plus libertarian. Some weird, funny baby of left and right. But it has the capacity to really bring money and resource to the masses in a much more fair way, right? And so it hasn't yet. It's made small inroads, but really it hasn't lived up to its potential yet.
Yeah.
But that's the reason I got into the thing. I think when the ETF shows up, that will be the weapon of choice.
Yeah.
Why? Because it's easy. It'll have liquidity. It's the same brokerage account. They'll get margin on it.
Yep.
And so I think you'll see a lot more, both long-short equity funds, macro funds, institutional funds participate because it's easy.
We're starting an interview with well-known figure in the cryptocurrency space, Mike Novogratz, today. He's reflecting on the incredible journey of the last 12 months, which began when the value of Bitcoin was only $16,500 and soared to an astounding $44,000 at the time this was recorded. Mike talks about how relieved and happy he is about the recovery, especially compared to the tough times of the previous year. He shares some wise words he got from a mentor and investing legend, stressing how important it is to stay strong and humble, especially when the market is going crazy. We'll also talk about the difficulties the crypto world faced, such as the Sam Bankman-Fried controversy and the idea that cryptocurrencies are a little dubious. Mike delves into the specifics of why trust is important in decentralized systems, describing how the blockchain, which initially appeared to be a reliable tool, became damaged by a few business mistakes. But here's the cool part. Novogratz gives a shout out to the crypto community for being tough and patient, tackling these challenges head on, and bringing back trust in the industry. And guess what? We're not just talking about numbers and coins here. Novogratz dives into the political scene in Washington, D.C., telling us about some agreement between both parties on crypto-related bills. He's hopeful that the crypto world can make finance fairer, even with all the hurdles and pushback it faces. Stay tuned as we explore Mike Novogratz's insightful commentary on the highs, lows, and promising future of the cryptocurrency space. Click like and subscribe to get more cryptocurrency videos. Now let's get going.
In 30 years, the rich-poor gap has just gotten immense from the time I graduated from college. In the last 12 years, the cost of a house in America has gone from $190,000 to $390,000. It's harder and harder for people in the bottom 70% to actually fulfill their dreams. And I thought we need to do some more radical things. I don't think we should do them inefficiently. I don't think we should do them where markets don't play a part. And so you can call me progressive, you can call me center-left. I think crypto had that capacity to help. I think it still does. What has been freaking infuriating is it's the progressive wing that doesn't want to see it that way. And I tell you, I've been in D.C. a lot recently. Yeah. There's bipartisan agreement, quite frankly, on the two different bills that are already there, on the stablecoin bill and on the...
Right, there'll be some push and pull, but people would put something forth if they could.
100%. And it is this small cabal that's stopping it. Most people you meet with, they don't see this as partisan.
That's good to hear, because I was going to ask what this wing of the Democratic Party's problem, what is their problem with crypto? I don't understand.
I have not gotten it explained to me, and I've asked a ton of people. It's only used for bad stuff. It's only rich guys made money. The poor guys lost all their money. I was like, that's actually not the case. This is the first revolution where it started with the little guy. Matter of fact, I was like one of the only institutional. Dan Moore, there were a few players that got in early.
Right.
Most of the people got in early, you never heard their names. I remember I used to have conversations with some of the biggest fund managers in the world, right? Ray Dalio is a perfect example. Right. I remember trying to orange pill that guy over and over. It made zero sense for an $160 billion hedge fund to have a position in an asset that was big.
Right.
And so only at $500 billion, $1 trillion and real liquidity does any asset make sense for big portfolios, for the real big ones.
Right.
And so we have grown into, we're now big enough for anyone. We weren't when we were a $200 billion asset. We just weren't. Right? Or a $100 billion asset. But as a $1 trillion asset, it's now big enough for almost anyone. And so I think you're going to see, I always say, what's the difference between Bitcoin and gold? They got the same macro story. And so I can talk about macro. The gold adoption story happened over 3,000 years. It ain't going anywhere. The Bitcoin adoption story is in it's the second decade, and it's picking up steam. And so what I mean by adoption is that people see it as a viable asset. What drives me frickin' crazy is when Elizabeth Warren or Jamie Dimon or, at times Janie Yellen says, well, I don't really see value in it. I was like, the gall, the arrogance that since you don't see value, there's no value. But Abby Johnson, oh, she must be stupid, right? Stan Druckenmiller, stupid. Ray Dalio, dumb. Jeff Yost, dumb. Pete Burger, dumb. Like the arrogance, you're looking at some of the best investors that have walked this earth that say, hey, there's some value in it, right? Bitcoin's value is the social construct. I say it has value, you say it has value, therefore it has value. I don't care what Elizabeth Warren says. Quite frankly, I don't care what Jamie Dimon says.
Right.
And they have been proven wrong, and the group of people that care about it have been proven right.
Don't think you're smarter than the market.
Yeah.
And market values
And listen,
it.
you can decide I don't want to buy it. Warren Buffett decided he
Totally.
didn't like it. Charlie Munger, God rest his soul, passed away hating Bitcoin. They were wrong in the time frame to operate on. It doesn't matter. Charlie Munger made so much money. I'm sure he passed away with the biggest smile on his face. He was a great mentor to people. You don't have to be in every You don't have to be in every asset, right? I wish I bought Apple stock 20 years ago. I remember buying a bunch of it. I sat with Peter Thiel one day, and he convinced this group of people that Apple, Microsoft, Google, these weren't tech stocks, they were monopolies. And I was like, it just clicked. Every once in a while, an idea clicks. And so I went out and bought a bunch of it, all of it. And it had a great year. They were probably all up 30% that year. And I sold them all. That was 2014.
Yeah. How has it done since then?
It's shocking. Once you realize something is a monopoly, you never sell it.
As we go further into the exciting adventure of the last year, Mike Novogratz has been giving his opinions on tokenization and decentralized systems, including their advancements and aspirations for the future. While he admits that some of the expected advances haven't happened as rapidly as we had hoped, the good news is that substantial progress has been achieved, especially in the areas of stable currencies and on-chain treasuries. Novogratz has this fascinating perspective on the adoption of these technologies. He envisions it happening gradually and then suddenly, likening it to a tipping point phenomenon. That means, after a period of gradual growth, we might see a sudden surge in widespread adoption. It's like the moment when everything clicks and the crypto world takes a giant leap forward. Now, looking into the crystal ball for 2024 and 2025, Novogratz predicts these years to be absolutely crucial for the crypto industry. He's anticipating that regulations, which are undeniably essential for the industry's growth and broader acceptance, might not fully materialize until 2025. The upcoming election and the subsequent administrative changes are likely to play a significant role in influencing the timeline for regulatory developments. As a result, we're wondering how these next changes will affect the cryptocurrency environment as we stand at the intersection of excitement and expectation. As Novogratz notes, these are probably going to be pivotal years when the steady uptake of disruptive technology meets the clarity of legal frameworks. If you're finding these insights as intriguing as we are, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, because we've got more into what Novogratz about to say.
2024 is going to be, I think, an important year. I really think 2025 is the year where crypto goes.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe not in price, but I think it takes that long, right? We won't have regulation, I don't think, in 2024. We might, 5-10% chance we'll get it in 2025. And we need regulation. We just do. And listen, the election is in 11 months, and so then it takes 4 or 5 months. So you're really mid-25. I think that's probably when you see these tokenization things start getting to critical mass. And so in some ways, 2024 is going to look a little bit like 2023, with the exception of this giant fire hose called ETF, bringing new capital into the space. And what that capital does is allows people the time to keep investing in the projects that actually change the way people live, right? Bitcoin can change the way people save and protect their wealth, but it's not going to change the way the financial system operates, right? That's the plumbing of all this decentralized DeFi stuff and quasi-DeFi stuff, and stable coins and tokenized Apple shares and tokenized Stradivarius violins and tokenized whatever.
Right.
The Bitcoin and other money coming into the space allows me to hire people. It allows my peers to hire people.
Right.
It gives us breathing space to actually build out this revolution. And so thanks to Larry Fink. And actually, to be fair, I got to give it a shout to the Grayscale team for fighting that. And that lawsuit really was like, I don't think the SEC is doing this because they want to.
After looking further into Mike Novogratz's thoughts, it's evident that there will be some fascinating advancements in the cryptocurrency space in the future. Although Novogratz believes 2024 will be an important year, he believes 2025 will be the year when cryptocurrency really takes off. Not necessarily in terms of price, but in the transformative impact on the industry. He emphasizes the necessity of regulations, expressing a slim chance of seeing significant regulatory developments in 2024, with a more realistic expectation for 2025. The upcoming election and subsequent administrative changes are key factors influencing this timeline. Looking forward, Novogratz envisions 2025 as the year where tokenization gains critical mass. He draws parallels to 2024 resembling 2023, but with a significant influx of capital through ETFs, acting as a catalyst for change. This capital injection provides the breathing space needed for continued investment in projects that have the potential to reshape the way we live. Novogratz expresses gratitude to figures like Larry Fink and the Grayscale team for their efforts in the legal battles, highlighting the importance of these struggles in pushing the crypto industry forward. So, as we stand on the cusp of these transformative years, it's a reminder that the journey towards a decentralized and innovative financial landscape requires time, patience, and, most importantly, regulatory clarity. If you found this exploration of Novogratz's insights valuable, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more in-depth discussions on the ever-evolving world of cryptocurrency. The crypto revolution is unfolding before our eyes, and we're here to dissect it every step of the way. Thanks for joining us on this crypto journey, and until next time, stay curious.